Hi friends, Nate Trachty, Education Specialist with Lake Champlain Sea Grant. It's March 19th. We're up here on a small tributary to True Brook, just outside of Saranac, New York. We're out here today looking for what are called benthic macroinvertebrates. So we're going to take a second to break down that word and learn what a benthic macroinvertebrate is. So if you take your hand at home and you put it on the back of your neck and you feel for those bones back there, that's your spine. Your spine is made up of vertebrae. But these critters that we're looking for today don't have a spine, so they're invertebrates. Benthic just means that they live on the bottom of the stream. And then macro just means that we can see them with our naked eye. They're not microscopic. We don't need a microscope to see them. Once we get them out of the creek, we can just see them with our naked eye. This is called a kick net. We use a kick net to help us get benthic macroinvertebrates off the bottom of the stream and into a pan so we can sort them and count them and figure out who's living in this stream. When you're doing some in-stream investigation, it's important to consider safety. So where I'm standing, the water is only maybe mid-calf high, only up just above my ankles. But if you get in deeper, faster moving water, you're going to want to consider a few things.
When moving around in a stream, it's important to walk slowly. Ideally, you are always facing upstream and taking small, measured steps, ensuring that one foot is secure before moving the other. Within a given stream reach, there are a few different components that we can identify. First is the run. This is a relatively deep, fast-moving portion of the stream. These lead into riffles. This is a fast-moving place where water is breaking over the rocks, introducing lots of oxygen. Finally, the pool. These are very deep, very slow-moving portions of the stream. Once you've selected a location to sample, you'll need to put your kick net flush to the bottom of the stream with the opening facing into the current. Move around to the front of the kick net and disturb the stream bed. Kick over any rocks, push around any debris on the bottom of the stream like sand or gravel. Generally, you want to mix up the area in front of the kick net and allow the current to flush any benthic macroinvertebrates on the bottom of the stream into your net. Once your kick net is full of stream bed material like sand, gravel, and rocks, and hopefully a few benthic macroinvertebrates, you can turn your net inside out into a pan or bucket with some water, rinse off the net, making sure to get all of its contents into your vessel. Make sure you closely inspect your net, as many benthic macroinvertebrates will cling tightly and you'll have to pick them off with tweezers or your hand. A pan like this is full of different kinds of life. In order to learn a little bit about a given species in this pan, there are a number of strategies we can use. Scientists use what are called Dichomous Keys to help them identify different species or families of organisms. We have a Dichomous Key specifically for benthics. Fill up an ice cube tray with a little bit of water. This will help you sort individual benthics and have some time to identify them. Gently scoop out any critter moving around that you're interested in identifying. Place them into an individual ice cube spot. This will help you focus on one individual at a time. Pretty soon, you'll have an ice cube tray full of wriggling insects ready to be identified using your Dichomous Key. If you have a hand lens or a magnifying glass handy, that can be very useful in getting up close and personal and trying to figure out who's who. How many tails do they have? How many legs? What are their antennae like? How are they moving around in the pan or in the ice cube tray? Before you leave the stream, make sure you thoroughly rinse off your ice cube trays and your pan and your net, releasing any organisms you found.